What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Tatiani Favors here, your tax business coach, and welcome to another session of hashtag TBTT, Tax Boss Talk Thursdays, where each and every Thursday I am live here on social media talking all things tax business related. Okay, what is going on for you all? I am streaming on new platforms this time. This is my first time streaming live on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So, hi, YouTube family. Hi, LinkedIn family. I'm super excited to be here. My IG family and my Facebook family. Hey, y'all know me. Y'all know me already. But for those of you all who do not know me, I am Tatiani Favors. I am a tax business coach, which is just a fancy way of saying I am a business coach to tax professionals. Y'all, also, everyone who's coming in, let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Anywho, I am a tax business coach, which means I am a business coach to tax professionals. I teach tax professionals how to start, build, and scale profitable tax businesses. I have been in the taxation industry for 17 years. And I have been a coach and consultant for the last 7 years, owner of Mind Your Tax Business. So let's go ahead and let's get into today's topic, which is all about tax clients. We're talking all about tax clients. When it comes to a tax business, the number one thing that people want to know is, how am I going to get tax clients? What does that look like? How am I going to get tax clients? Tax clients, tax clients, tax clients. And let me say, that is a fantastic question. Tax clients are the backbone of any tax business, okay? You don't have a business if you don't have clients. So asking yourself how you're going to get clients and all of that is a very valid and necessary question. However, not however, period. Next sentence. I will say this though, when dealing with tax clients, what's going on in that? When dealing with tax clients, there's so much more as a business owner, as a tax business owner, that we have to do in order to make sure that our clients are having, or that we're maximizing the experience of our clients. Okay, there's more to tax clients than just getting them. Okay, that's not even the beginning. That's only a very small portion of the overall thing that we need to be doing with our tax clients. Okay, and so that's the main reason why I am throwing this tax client attraction challenge. I'm hosting. It starts on Monday. It is the tax client attraction 5-day challenge, teaching you all about how to attract and retain tax clients. But the main thing, another reason why I created this challenge, is to show you all that there's way more to dealing with your tax clients than just getting the tax client. Okay, there are some things as a tax business owner that you need to do before you even get the client, before you even start to recruit and market and advertise your service to get the client. There are certain things that you need to do as a business owner before that even happens. Okay, there are things that you need to do in order to keep the client. That's something that people don't talk about, how to keep the client. Okay, and so let's break down. There are 5 days in this challenge, but it's actually like 5 steps that I've come up with, how you should approach tax clients in your tax business. Love that. This is retaining. Yes, retaining is the backbone of your business. And that's day 3. So let's start with day 1 of the Tax Biz Challenge. And on all the platforms, if you have any questions at any time, definitely feel free to type it in the chat and in the comments. I will see it. I am answering questions. So let's go ahead and get into it. Day 1, aka step 1 of this challenge, is all about what you need to do as a tax business owner before you even start marketing, before you even start recruiting and advertising for tax clients. You have to have a level of clarity in your business to understand how a client is progressing through your business. So day 1 is all about the client journey. Okay. It's all about the client journey. Now, let me address this at the top because people use interchangeably rather, client journey and client onboarding. They use them interchangeably, but they are very different. Client onboarding is how a client is processing through your entire business. And you typically only have to create your client journey. I think I said client journey. Client journey is how a client is processing through your business as a whole. Okay. And you typically only have to create one client journey, how the client is processing through your business. Client onboarding is how a client is, what's the procedure that a client goes through with a service that you're offering. So what is the client onboarding process for tax preparation clients? What's the client onboarding procedure for your accounting clients? So client onboarding is per service. Client journey is your entire business. And so day one, we'll be talking about client journey. And the importance of client journey is really maximizing that lifetime value of a client. Okay. Client journey is mainly for those of you who offer more than tax preparation in your tax business. So if you offer multiple services in your tax business, say for instance, in addition to tax preparation, you may offer accounting and bookkeeping. You may offer credit repair. You may offer insurance sales, what have you. It's a lot of that going on. Then you definitely want to create your client journey. Is looking at how a client is going to progress through your services naturally according to maybe what they need professionally. Okay. It's really looking at your services and saying, okay, how can my service be the solution to a particular client in more than one way? Just because someone is a tax preparation client doesn't mean they can't be a client of your other services. And quiet as kept, well, it might not even be quiet, but I will say this. The people who have already spent money with you, the people who are already your client, that's called your hot market. Okay. That is your hot market. And your hot market is 10 times more willing and probable of buying from you again. If someone already spent money for you for your product or service, then the probability that they will be a repeat client, even if it's a different service, is very high, especially if they had a satisfactory experience with your business. Okay. So just to go over this really quickly, you have your hot market, which are people who, of course, know you and they have purchased from you. Then you have your warm market, which are people who know you, but they have not purchased from you. And then you have your cold market, which is people who don't know you and therefore, of course, have never purchased from you. So just to break that up, because I might have lost some of you all when I say a hot market, but hot market is who you want to market to first with your other services. If someone comes to you, for example, for tax prep services, right? Then there's already a level of trust there. There's already a level of trust there. You already have all of their intimate documents, things of that nature, to the point where if you say, hey, I should do your bookkeeping or I offer credit repair as well, then it's not a leap because that trust is already there. That is already there. So it's not a big leap to offer an existing client a different service within your business. But you have to understand that when a client comes to your business, what is that natural progression you're going to take them on? Okay, what does that look like? What is their journey through your business and through your services? And that's something that as the founder and CEO of your tax business, you need to already know that before you start getting clients. So when you actually get the client, you know how they're going to be processing through. You know where they're going, what's next for them. Okay. And so that's what we're going to be doing day one, client journey. Day two, it's all about client attraction. Day two is what all the tax gurus talk about all the time. Tax, client attraction, how to get the client, which is great. We want to know how to get clients for sure. We definitely want to know how to get clients. So day 2, we talk about client attraction, aka marketing. Okay, aka marketing. How are we getting the client? But even before we get to actually getting the client, we talk about how to attract a loyal client. You want someone who's going to be coming back to your tax business tax season after tax season, and how to position yourself to attract that loyal, that ideal type of client. Okay, so before we even get to getting the client and marketing for the client, we are going through some processes, internal processes as tax business owners, to understand where we stand in the marketplace. Okay, a lot of people come to this industry and say, oh, the tax industry is saturated. Well, yeah, it is saturated if you come in this industry doing the same thing everyone else is doing. Okay, if you're doing the same copy and paste thing that all the other tax professionals are doing, then yes, the industry is saturated, and stay out, please. We don't need any more clones. Okay, but if you come to this industry with a knowledge of, okay, this is what I offer, this is what makes me different from all the other tax professionals, and this is how I'm going to communicate this to my audience. Okay, and then you actually execute on that, then you're creating your own path. You're creating your own blue ocean in the sea of red oceans. Okay, so that's what we talk about, dig in deep when it comes to client attraction on day 2. I'll even give y'all a little bit more game, because even with this game, it's still more game when you join the challenge. So I don't care about sharing this game. But on day 2, the client attraction day, we really dig into what I like to call the triple M's. Okay, the triple M's: market, message, media, in that order. Market, message, media. Target market. Who is your niche market? Who are you targeting? Yes, everyone needs to file taxes, but that doesn't mean that you need to market to everyone. So do you have a particular industry that you want to market to? It's a particular group of people. There are many taxpayers, but you will speak to them very differently. So first, identifying the market. Then we move to the message. What is your message? What do you stand for? What does your tax business stand for? What makes you so unique and different from everyone else? Okay, what's so different about you? And being able to put that in your message, to communicate that to your market. Okay, being able to say, hey, this is what I do, this is what we do here, this is how I can solve your issue, and all of that. Also, to create the message, to create the jargon, and to really connect with your market. So when I say market, when I say to really gear your message to your market, what I mean is, you would talk to a self-employed person differently than you would talk to an employee. Their concerns, even as it pertains to taxes, are totally different. A self-employed person doesn't care anything about a W-4 or how many dependents we claim for withholdings, because guess what? We don't have to deal with withholdings. Okay, but an employee, a wage earner, deals with dependents and claiming exemptions on their W-9s and on their W-4s, and they have withholdings. Those type of things matter to them. So again, that's just that small example. You will talk to those 2 different groups of people very differently. And so that's why you should pick, that's why it's in order: market, message, media, because you want to pick the people who you're talking to first, then figure out how to talk to them. And then third, the media is figure out the type of marketing platform that you're going to use to get your message to your market. So social media, of course, is a type of media. It's just the newer type of media. What's going on, Ari? But there are so many types of media. You have podcasts, you still have radio commercials, TV commercials, billboards is still a thing. People are still getting billboards for their tax businesses and all of that. It just depends on where your market is where your marketing efforts need to be, is what media you need to use. So that's day 2. We're going to be going over marketing and client attracting. So now after we figure out how to actually get the client, we need to focus on how to keep the client, aka client retention. Client retention, okay? Client retention. I can't say that might be, I should have named these lives client retention, because everyone talks about getting the client and attracting the client, but client retention is where the money is. That is the foundation of how your tax business grows. Okay. That is how you scale your tax business, because it's a thing that you can get clients. It's not hard getting clients. I mean, in the day and age it is now, I don't even know if it's in the day and age. It's probably always was the case, but I wasn't always around. So I can only talk about what I know now. And what I know now is the best marketer wins. The best marketer wins. What does that mean? That means that you could have a subpar service or product, but if your marketing is on point, if you know how to talk to people, if you know how to get people in, then you're going to get clients. You're going to get clients for sure. But can you keep those clients is the question. Yeah, you made a good amount of money this past tax season, but is it repeatable? Can you do that again? That's how you know you're in business and it wasn't luck or fluke or a crazy influx, okay? Anyone who knows how to talk to people can attract clients and get clients for sure. Or you pay a marketing team to do that for you for sure. But can you keep the client is the question. And so day 3, we talk about client retention. First and foremost, let me tell you all this. It is cheaper and easier to keep a client than it is to get a client. Okay. It's way cheaper and easier to retain a client than it is to attract a client. Now we want to do both. Okay. We want to do both, but a lot of people put their efforts into getting new clients, and that's great because you always want new clients. But if you're constantly getting new clients and they're falling off because they didn't have a good experience with your tax business, okay, you're not growing. You're doing this. Your clients is coming, they're going somewhere else. They're coming, they're going somewhere else. But if you focus on retaining your clients, keeping your clients, then you'll get clients. That becomes your base. The next tax season comes, you'll get clients and they stay. That becomes your base. Next tax season becomes your base. Boom. You see this? You're growing. You're growing. That's exactly what you want to do in your tax business. You want to keep your clients and then grow and then grow. That's how you scale. That's how you position yourself to scale your tax business, by doing that. Okay. And so the question should be, okay, well, what is going to keep tax clients? Well, first of all, if you think about it, it has to be a certain level of trust somewhere. Okay. It has to be a certain level of trust somewhere, because if we think about it, the only people who are excited about tax season is tax professionals. Okay. Like, we're the only ones like tax season. Yes. The rest of society is like, I can't stand taxes. They only do it so they won't go to jail or so they won't be fined. Okay. And so filing taxes brings a lot of people anxiety. Like, they just hate doing it. They hate the whole process. Like I said, they just do it because they have to. It's a requirement. So as a business owner, we need to understand that and realize that and be aware that our clients really don't like this process. So it's our job to make sure that their tax filing experience is as satisfactory and as seamless as it can possibly be. Okay, as it can possibly be, and a part of that is to make sure that they have a level of certainty with us, that they have a level of trust with us, because they already have to give us all of their intimate documents, guys. I mean, driver's license, address, bank account, social security numbers, their kids' stuff, how much they made. I mean, everything that society tells us not to give strangers, they have to give tax professionals in order to get the service done. And a lot of them, that brings them anxiety. They give us their tax documents and they're like, oh, I hope they take care of me. I hope they don't do nothing crazy with my information. It is a hope that they have, even though there's recourse, but still, it's still a hope that everything goes right. So we have to be reminded of that. A lot of us, we've gotten so, you've gotten so cold because it's like, well, I need these documents in order to prepare your taxes. But to other people, it's still a thing. So we have to be sensitive and gentle with that and have that trust and create that trust and treat our clients with TLC. That's the first thing. The second thing, like I said, we want their experience with our company to be as satisfactory as possible and as seamless as possible. And how do we do that? How do we ensure that? By implementing systems and SOPs into our business. SOPs are short for standard operating procedures. I am a firm believer that there needs to be an SOP for every aspect of your tax business, period, point blank. SOPs and systems create a type of organization internally for your company amongst yourself and your team. Okay? It creates an organization that is solid. That's something that you can build an actual business on when you have organization, when you have those systems in place, when you have set procedures in place. It also significantly reduces your clients from slipping through the cracks. If you've ever had a client slip through the cracks, no one does that on purpose. But typically a client will slip through the cracks because your business lacks a certain level of organization. Okay? You want to make sure that you're implementing that so you can reduce all of that mess about people slipping through the cracks. No one wants that. If you intentionally think about the experience your client is going to have as they progress along your business and your circumstance and your services, then their experience is going to be an enjoyable one if you implement what your vision of their experience is, significantly increasing the chances of them coming back to your tax business, tax season after tax season. That's what we want. We want loyal clientele. We don't want a high turnover rate. We want to say, you know what? I made $50,000 this last tax season. So that's the minimum I should be making for this tax season, plus some, because I'm going to get more clients as well. When we're so finicky with our clients, it's hard to make budgets and to do our numbers as real business people, how you should do before every tax season. What are your financial goals? Identifying those, identifying your numbers, identifying your overhead, all of that type stuff. What does that look like? And it's hard to get your projections in if you constantly have a chunk of clients leaving you. That means that their experience was not satisfactory. That means that something, about your tax business was not vibing with who they are and what they were looking for out of a tax preparer. And that needs to be addressed. So on day 3, we go deep into client retention and all of that. Day 4, we go into how to get paid by the tax client. Now, I know some of y'all are like, what you mean how to get paid? Like, I know how to get paid. Let me tell you, this is a thing. Like, this is a thing. And I didn't know that this was a thing until after a couple years of working with my higher ticket clients. I actually automate businesses. I have a higher ticket offer where I work with the tax client and essentially revamp their whole tax business, do an audit on their business, a non-financial audit. And part of that audit is I have the client take me through their existing process. Okay, how is this going? Let me see your existing process, what you're using, the software you're using, the steps that you're taking, everything. Take me through the entire process from when a client comes in, what's the next step, all the way until you get paid and e-file the return. And then after, what is that process? And if I have 5 clients, let's just say I have 5 clients, a good 4 of them, when it came to getting paid, they kind of like, it was like real rushed. And so I would go back like, okay, how are you getting paid? Are you sending them a link? What are your payment methods? All of this. And it was always real like, and I'm like, what do you like? We're talking about your money right now. Like, what do you mean? Well, if it's not this, then it's that. Or they offered their people like 5 ways for them to get paid. No. Okay. So I figured out that getting paid as a tax professional is a thing. Like, it is a thing that a lot of tax pros struggle with. And because of that, we're going to discuss it. I put it in my challenge on day 4, all about how to get paid. There are certain methods on how you can get paid, that if you want to use those methods, you need to go ahead and create them and secure them now. So by the time tax season gets here, they're all ready to go and you can get your money immediately. Okay. And so I exposed to you the options that you have, but also what you need to do now in order to even offer those options. Also, you need a clear idea of how this is happening. So when you're creating your SOPs, you can implement this into your SOP, because getting paid, if we're talking about client onboarding and the process of client onboarding as it pertains to tax preparation, the getting paid is definitely a step. And it's a step that needs to have a check mark by it, meaning we have everything, all the automation, the SOP, the system, identify exactly how we're going to do this one step of getting paid. Okay. So that's what we go through over day 4. And then day 5, okay, day 5 is all about season end procedures, AKA how to properly close a client file. There are a lot of you, even though the extension has been extended, I think until maybe November 22nd or something like that, y'all still have not put a period on the 2020 tax season. I mean, the 2022 tax season. Okay, you still have not properly closed these client files. That is not how true businesses function. I teach people how to start, build, and scale tax businesses. Heavy on the business. Tax is a word that describes the type of business. But at the end of the day, if we're talking to me, then we're always talking about business. I run my business like a corporation, and corporations have what they call season end, year end, where there is, whether it's a fiscal year or a calendar year, there is a year end. There is a clear, identifiable period on the past year. They close it so then they can put all of their efforts into the upcoming year. In our industry, we have seasons. We have a tax season. So there's no reason why we should not be functioning as these companies are functioning. Stop thinking of your small business as, oh, a little small business. You don't have to do what the companies do because you're not that large. Well, these larger companies started off small at a point in time. And what they did was implement these things that I'm going to be teaching in this 5-day challenge that starts on Monday. And they were able to scale. They were able to create a strong foundation for their business and scale. And now they're the big tycoons that we know about now, the Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. Why shouldn't you function like a Fortune 500 company? That's a question that I need you to ask yourself, because that's a question that I had to ask myself a few years ago. Yes, it's just me. Yes, I'm just a little brown girl just out here trying to do what I can. Yes, I've been in corporate America. Yes, I have a degree. Yes, I know what corporate America looks like. Yes, I know now I have locks and I look very urban, but it doesn't mean that I cannot run a successful corporate, professional, efficient, profitable business. And you all can too. And I need you all to stop treating your tax business like some side hustle or a hobby and start doing things like business people actually do. Like, that is halfway a pet peeve of mine. Can y'all tell? Like, don't come in this industry and use it as a money grab. Yes, you can make a lot of money in this tax industry for sure. This industry has changed my life. I've been in it for 17 years, of course. But you can treat your tax business as a business. And so I realized that I'm not the typical business coach. I'm not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. And everyone is not for me, and I am okay with that. But the people who rock with me have phenomenal results. Why? Because I teach them how to run a business. I teach them how to run a business. A lot of you all think just because you prepare taxes that you can run a business. No, tax preparation is a skill. It's not a title. Tax preparation is a skill set. Business ownership is a mindset. That was a bar, right? Like, right? I need to get signed. I'm a rapper now. That's a whole bar. Tax preparation is a skill set. Business ownership is a mindset. So we need to start making our vision and our behaviors match. So when I talk about season end procedures and properly closing a client file, that is as important as preparing the taxes and filing it for the client. Why? Because it's all part of business. It's all part of the organizational part of your business, so you can grow on top of that. In the event that, as tax professionals and preparers, the due diligence is we have to keep these documents for at least 3 years anyway. I typically keep mine, I keep mine for forever now because, different platforms that I use just keep it. I don't have filing cabinets all around like I used to with physical actual documents. But what happens when your client gets audited and you have to get all of their documents together that you use to prepare their return? You're getting a document from here, No, you need to go ahead and put all of that stuff in a nice, neat folder, whether it's digital or physical, and close that client out for this tax season. Close it out. So when tax season is over, you can fully focus on preparing for the upcoming tax season. Again, businesses do it year end. You should do it too. If you are starting, or if you have a tax business that you eventually want it to replace your job because you're still working. If you want this to be something that's legacy leaving, you want to leave this to your kids or the next generation. You want to change your lifestyle and you have other personal goals that you want this tax business to work, that you need to run this as a business. These things that I'm teaching actually mean something. They're important. And I want you all to catch it. So the tax client attraction challenge. So those are the 5 days. Okay. Client journey, day 1, client attraction, day 2, client retention, day 3, how to get paid, day 4, and season end procedures is day 5. It starts next week. Now, it is a fee. It is a small investment to join this challenge. Why? Because I used to run this challenge for free, but people would halfway show up and all of that. I've learned that if you actually invest in something, then you're going to be more determined to get what you need to get out of it. Because you're like, I didn't spend my money for nothing. I'm showing up. This is now a priority. I'm going to make sure that I have I have time, put aside time to make sure that I'm here and present. Also, investing in something is, if you're in business, you have to start investing in yourself and in your business, period, point blank. You can't expect other people to invest in your business if you don't invest in other people's business to bring you along, to get you there. Newsflash, guys, it's November. It is November. If you have not figured this stuff out by now, if YouTube University is just like not YouTubing or not, or you're not grasping it as quickly as you need to, then now is the time to be looking for people to invest in, okay, that will take you there and get you there much quicker than you can on your own. When you pay attention. Exactly. When you pay attention for sure. And so now is the time to really start looking around saying, okay, who can get me there quicker? Who can speed line this baby? Okay. So it is a small fee to get into this 5-day challenge that's going to completely change your life. It's two options. I have general admission, which is only $97, and I have VIP that's only $297. Okay. And the difference is, and of course, I recommend the VIP. Why? Because when I started investing in myself, I used to start off real low. Real like, okay, I'm just going to get in the room or whatnot. But then as I started to become more myself, be confident, I deserve the best. And the best is typically the highest package where I can actually get in the room with the person who's hosting the event, where I can actually directly touch and ask questions directly to the person throwing the events. Okay. That's where the content is cool, but I learn better from just conversations with someone who's where I want to be. Okay. That's the differentiating factor. So the difference between VIP and general admissions is in VIP, you get the replays. Okay. And in general, well, let's start with general admission. General admission comes with access to all 5 days and the lessons, of course, huge, and then the accompanying workbook. You also get put in a Telegram group, and that is the general admission. VIP, first of all, you get an additional session, bonus session with me on Sunday, because the challenge starts on Monday. So Sunday we get together for an additional session, which is super cool. You get to ask me anything, and I have some things planned that I want to talk to you all about. Okay. Then in addition to the 5 lessons, then VIPs get a Q&A session after the lesson. So you can ask me questions about that particular day's lesson or any question at all. Okay. And then also VIPs get access to the replays. So if you are late one day, if you have to leave early one day, or if your kid's acting up and you missed a part in the background or whatnot, then don't worry, because you will have access to the replays. Okay. And then of course there is the VIP Telegram group that you would be put in. And so, I mean, why stand in line when you can go straight into the place? Okay. That is what we want. That is what you deserve. You deserve the best. You deserve the upper echelon. So don't ever settle for the basic package when you can get access to me. Okay. And who am I? I'm someone who is probably where you want to be. I'm someone who's definitely traveled down a road that you're on now, because I have been on every level of this taxpreneurial journey. Okay. I've been in the taxation industry for 17 years, and I have functioned as a coach and consultant for the past 7 years. So I completely understand the totality of this industry, not just tax preparation, but all of the aspects and how they all intertwine together to create a perfect circle. So guys, listen, you cannot just free 99 your way through life. It's November. You got to start making some decisions. Okay. You have to start making some decisions. Thanksgiving is on the way. Christmas is on the way. New Year's is on the way. That means that kids are going to be home. That means that family and friends are going to be around. That means, are you really going to get as much work done as you think? Probably not. So your best bet is to invest in something or someone who can take you to where you're trying to get to much quicker. much quicker. Okay, guys? If you have any questions for all of the platforms, if this is Instagram, go to my bio link. It is the first option. Go ahead and click the link there, learn more about it, and register. Okay. If this is YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, I will put the link for you to register and learn more, but ultimately register. Okay, in the comment box. Okay, in the comments. And so, do I have any questions from anyone? Let me just look through the comments real quick to make sure I don't have anything. Okay. All righty, guys. So I will see y'all for sure next Thursday, each and every Thursday, right here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Tax Boss Talk Thursdays. If y'all have any questions for me, you know how to reach me. Most of you all are on my email list or text list. Feel free to DM me. Most people do, because my audience is very bashful about asking questions in public. But time I get off a live, I got so many DMs with questions that you just did not ask during the live. So cool. Thank you. What's going on? And so, all right, y'all. I will see y'all next Tuesday. I'm out. Peace. A Tuesday, next Thursday. I'm tripping. I'll see y'all next Thursday, but I might see y'all before, because this challenge starts on Monday, and I'm gonna need y'all to register. I'm just saying. IJS, like the kids say. Okay, bye everyone. Good night.